So you were still really not ambulating, not walking well that first months. How long were you in the crib?
I don't know. So if I think of seasons, that was June when I got there, and it seems not long, because it seems like by the time fall had begun, I wasn't even in a wheelchair. And I don't remember being in a wheelchair, but I know I was. So I guess, does that progression help?
So that means after you got home to your parents, you went back and got considerable amount of physical therapy back in outpatient.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about that?
I remember when I was in outpatient therapy, I was doing all kinds of physical movements. And at first it didn't make sense to me. At first it made me mad because, I don't know, like they were having me reach for things that were just silly that I would never reach for anyways. And they were having me stand on one foot, which was silly because I was 25 and I was not going to stand around on one foot. But later, Donna, my PT that was about my age that I befriended, she helped me to understand, I don't know how she did that, but she helped me to understand that I needed to do these silly little things so that I could get back into being an adult. And so she tried to find the best way, the most interesting ways for me. So I remember playing basketball with a bunch of crumpled up paper and throwing it into a wastebasket. I remember being in the parking lot at the hospital, which is where I had outpatient therapy, and Donna had drawn a hopscotch, whatever you call a hopscotch thing, and I remember trying to do hopscotch. I remember being outside with therapy in the hospital parking lot and trying to walk on in front of parking, where people park in parking structures, there's often a cement pylon thing, and I remember trying to walk on those. I remember...
So the pylon things would be like balance beams?
Yeah, very much like that. And I remember jumping. I remember that I wanted to jump, and I remember learning how to jump, and I remember, for some reason, and I wrote this in my book, it was very important to me to be able to stand up and put my pants on. I just somehow thought that everybody did that. So I remember saying to my physical therapist that I want to be able to stand up and put my pants on. That might have been in the hospital when I first started that, and Donna helped me. And but I remember continuing that in physical therapy. You know, I got so that it just became very important to me. I don't know, it took a long time before I could do it, but I could do it. But people don't do that.